Alrighty. Hey guys, what's up? This is Kyle9965 doing part 4 of the video of who I think are the top 20 best WWE/F champions in history. So this is part 4, the last final video of my video series. So if you guys are watching this, please watch parts 1, 2, and 3 first before watching this. So I'm going to pick up from my last, where I pick up the last 5. So starting off at number 5, that's who I think greatest WWE champion, Triple H. And a lot of you guys may say the only reason why Triple H is a multi-time world champion and the only reason why he is made it this far in his career is because he's married to Stephanie McMahon. He's been the boss's daughter. That's kind of true, but then it's not really true either, because Triple H was already a three-time WWE champion before he even settled down and had kids and married Stephanie McMahon. So Triple H was already a big breakout star. And you guys say, well, what about the McMahon-Helmsley era thing that they had back in 2000 when they were a couple? Storyline-wise, on TV, Stephanie and Triple H were married. But in real life, behind the scenes, they were not married yet. They didn't get married for like 3 years after that. But before that, Triple H was already, like I said, a three-time WWE champion, headlining main events, and, stumping it with the big dogs, in professional wrestling. So now I do believe and think that because he's married Stephanie and he's the son-in-law of Vince McMahon, that his career went further than what it to what it is now. It furthered Triple H's career, but to say that his entire success, is based off him marrying the boss's daughter is a load of bull crap to me. Is a load of bull. Triple H was already, like I said, a three-time WWE champion before he even married and settled down with Stephanie McMahon. Like I said, but to say that he has his career reached another level and reached higher since he married Stephanie, does that have something to do with it? I think so. But before he married and settled down with Stephanie, Triple H was already the man. So Triple H is number 5 on my list. Number 4 on my list is Bret the Hitman Hart. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. That's in a nutshell. Those phrases don't suit anyone else better than Bret the Hitman Hart himself. Bret Hart was the guy who, carried the torch from, Hulk Hogan when Hogan left WWE to go to WCW. Bret Hart was the next guy to carry the company on his back. And, Bret Hart, like I said, like I mentioned in my last video with Kurt Angle, Bret Hart was one of the true wrestlers, the real wrestler that I consider a real wrestler to be WWE champion. Bret Hart is a 5-time WWE champion, and although his last run as the champion was there's been some scrutiny to that, the Montreal screw job for all you wrestling fans to know that. So that was unfortunate, but if you look before that, his career before that, that bogus screw job. He was a great world heavyweight champion, one of the best in my opinion. You have to put Bret Hart on your list as one of the greatest WWE champions of all time. And also going back to Triple H is a 8-time WWE champion, just for the record. Number 3 on my list is one of the greatest WWE champions of all time. He is the Brahma Bull, the great one, the most electrifying man in all sports and entertainment. He is The Rock. One of two of my all-time favorite wrestlers. Rock is definitely a great, WWE or F champion, 7-time WWE champion in history. Kind of like how I mentioned in my last videos with, how you had Hogan, and Hogan was the number 1 guy, but Randy Savage was, second best after Hogan, and Randy Orton is second best after Cena now. Rock was in that same position when it came to Steve Austin. But even when Austin left the WWE, after a year due to his neck injury, Rock became the number 1 guy in the face of the company. Rock, he truly was the people's champion. He came back, and people love him, and people still love him to this day when he came back, for WrestleMania 27. And it's said that he and John Cena are gonna their match at WrestleMania next year will be a title match. Honestly, I don't think there needs to be a title involved to be involved in that match to make it special, because I think it's already, a special event already, considering, you have The Rock, who has come back after 7 years to be at WrestleMania. I think that's a seller right there, so I don't think you need to put a title in that match to make it any more special. But If they do make it a title match, I would love to see Rock win the WWE title for the 8th time, one last time, in his hometown of Miami. Number 2 on my list, you guys may be some discrepancy, but like I had mentioned in my last videos about John Cena, you cannot deny this guy and what he's contributed within the business. Number 2 on my list, one of the best WWE champions of all time, Hulk Hogan. I was never a Hulk Hogan fan in WWE. I was more of a Hollywood Hulk Hogan fan in WCW when he joined the NWO. But speaking for his WWE career, Hulk Hogan, like I said, yes, he was cheesy and he appealed to a lot of kids and, say your prayers and eat your vitamins, the Hulkamania is coming. It was very redundant, and yes, he only had 5 sets of moves, but Hulk Hogan was truly one of the best WWE champions of all time. The longest reigning WWE champion of all time. His first reign expanded over 4 years. No other champion has ever had a reign that long. And, in today's generation, we'll never see that again. The longest a person might keep a belt is 5 to 6 months. But, just like how I mentioned in my last couple of videos, how I said guys like Bruno Sammartino and Billy Graham, how they laid the foundation for the WWE. Well, if those guys laid the foundation for the WWE, Hulk Hogan made the building on that foundation for the WWE. He sold out tickets everywhere for that company. He was the hottest guy in the 80s, so there's no denying that. Number 1 on my list is one of the, and like I said, Hulk Hogan is a 6-time WWE champion. Number 1 on my list is one of the greatest WWE champions of all time. If you looked at my last videos, I have not mentioned him, so you might know who it already is. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin was the next guy who carried the torch in WWE from Hulk Hogan, really, I guess if you can say. He really did. If, like I just mentioned a few minutes ago, if Bruno Sammartino laid the foundation for the WWE, Hulk Hogan laid the building on that foundation for the WWE. Steve Austin took that building and he launched it off to the moon for the WWE. He really did. I have a video of where Vince McMahon says that so much success should fall over on Steve Austin's shoulders because he took the WWE by the throat and said, "Let's go." So much success should fall on Austin's shoulders. And these were words by Vince McMahon himself, and it's true. Austin was the guy who took the WWE. When WWE was losing the Monday Night War 2 years in a row against WCW, Austin was the guy who took the company on his back and carried it off into the next level. He brought WWE to the stage and level of where it's at today. I think had it not been for Austin, being a forerunner and issuing in and bringing in the Attitude Era, which was the most successful period in time in WWE's history, I don't think WWE might even be around today. We might be watching WCW now instead of WWE. You never know what could have been. So Stone Cold Steve Austin is one of the greatest. 6-time champion. He's never been the most athletic guy in the ring, but Austin, just had this SOB bad guy, SOB I kick your A, type of like attitude. And Austin was the face of the company, meaning like he was the head guy. Austin was never a good guy, but Austin was never a bad guy. He was a rebel, just as much as he kicked Vince McMahon in the guts and give him a stunner. He turned around and gave a good guy and kick him in the guts and drop the stunner on him as well. That's just how Austin was. Austin didn't give a care if you were black, blue, red, purple, or yellow. He's going to stun you. That's just the way he was. It was just his attitude. And he had such a bad A attitude. Just really appealing because, like I say, he was just so unique. There's never been a character in wrestling since or after Austin to have that rebel type of image. You know what I mean? He wasn't a good guy, he wasn't a bad guy. He was just in between. He was an anti-hero. So this is my list of who I think are top 20 best WWE champions in history. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, subscribe. Later.